Hi, I'm Rachel, and this is my 2025 Mock Reads video for historical fiction. Mock Reads is my personal answer to the GoodReads Choice Awards, taking away the original first round where, everybody could just, write in what they wanted to. I decided basically that I wanted an excuse to read a front list and maybe vote for it in the Goodreads Choice Awards at the end of the year. I don't read a lot of front lists, so I figure I should get an early start with creating TBRs and making sure I stick to them. And I've already amassed a fair amount of historical fiction books, so I thought I'd share them with you, and hopefully I'll get to at least 3 of these by the end of the year. So I'll start with the 2 that I put on my anticipated reads list back in the beginning of the year. The first one is ISOLA by Allegra Goodman. Allegra Goodman is one of my favorite authors, and she's diving into new territory for this one. This story is inspired by a real-life 16th century heroine. I believe she and her lover get marooned on an island near New France. Probably have to do a fair bit for survival. So I'm certainly excited to see where this goes. Then I also have Dream Count by Chimamanda and Ngozi Adichie, another favorite author of mine. I was sure that I found, good evidence that this took place solidly in historical times, but now it looks like maybe these interconnected stories about Nigerian women are from the pandemic. So I might be wrong about that. I might not be fitting in this category after all, but I figure I'll still talk about it briefly here. I'm a little concerned, I suppose. I've heard some negative reviews. I haven't really looked very deeply into them. I feel like my understanding of these negative reviews has to do with maybe the story being a little too preachy, maybe fitting better into an essay form than a fiction form. I'm not sure. I feel a little, hesitant overall. I worry about other people's agendas, I worry that people come to fiction with, their own, purity culture and moral front-loading and all of that, and basically maybe I'm defensive because I love Chimamanda and Ngozi Adichie. So I don't want to think this is going to be a bad book, but I just saw Eric Carl Anderson put out a video, and his expression on the thumbnail didn't look that great about it, so I don't know, and I think I trust his opinion more than, a rando one, but I haven't watched it yet. I don't know, I'm debating if I should just read it first and then come to my own conclusions. Also maybe about whether or not it's historical fiction, apparently. Also in historical fiction, definitely fitting the genre this time, is Fagin the Thief by Allison Epstein, which is obviously a retelling of the famous Dickens character from Oliver Twist. Very, very excited, to get, some Jewish hands on this Jewish character. I've heard that, at least I think it's the Jewish Book Council said that, it's a nuanced, depiction of the character, and that it's not just whitewashing to say that everything about the original is just a stereotype or one-dimensional. I think that this character is hopefully this book is not just going to be about correcting the past, but just about providing more nuance for maybe what would have created a character like that, where he's the center of the story. So that one is definitely, I'm gunning for this one. I really want to read this one. Then we have The Anatomy of Exile by Zeeva Bukai. This takes place during the Six-Day War in Israel and Palestine. And I believe it is actually centering the relationship between an Arab and a Jew in this story. Bukai actually is going to be in a local to me book festival in May. I'm excited and a little hesitant to go. I worry, that this subject matter is just going to, invite protest or that sort of thing. But I'm definitely interested in the story, and want to see if I can support the author. So that's probably when I'll be getting my hands on that one. And finally, I want to shout out this book. I believe it's coming out in the fall. This is called The Bells by Lacey Dunham, and it takes place in a 1950s girls' school in the U.S. I think it's supposed to be a murder mystery of some sort. And this was written by a woman who I was in a writing class with once upon a time, a million years ago. And I kept following her on social media all this time. And what do you know? Now she has her first novel publication. So it's really exciting. And I'd love to support her, and I really hope she does well. And that about covers it for me now. I will leave the Goodreads links for all of these books listed down below in case you'd like some more information on them. Expect me back on this channel hopefully imminently with my March AM reading finale, so stay tuned for that. And if you have any front list in historical fiction that has caught your fancy, hearing about it in these last several months, I'd love to hear about what you're reading. So anyway, thanks so much for watching, everyone. And I'll see you next time.